It is up, everyone. This is Captain Young speaking, and I am sharing my daily walk, my journey with the Lord, in the hopes that it would truly serve as an inspiration of edification. Let me say that again. That it would truly serve to inspire the rest of the body of Christ to pursue their own daily walk, so that ultimately, with healthy members, Christ's body would be edified, or the edification of God's body comes through healthy members. I think you get what I'm saying, hopefully. You know, I'm not really good at relationships. I thought I was, but I don't really think that I was or currently am. So I'm looking into this and I'm saying, what are relationships? What makes a good relationship? And I'm concluding that it's very simple. It's all about constant communication. When you send something, hey, just saying hi, or just wanted to tell you I'm thinking about you, that sort of thing. And then receiving such things back in response, as well as deep conversations, times of joking and laughter. All of these contribute to a healthy relationship, and it's pretty simple. Yet, of course, they are so overly complex as well. I'm saying all this because this daily walk is about relationship with God. And it's not just about me doing the right thing and relating to Him in the right way. Well, in fact, it's all about that. And I find myself having difficulty with it. Again, knowing that it's pretty simple, I'm faced with the conundrum of, well, then what am I doing wrong? Today, God helps me, of course, as He always does with this. Doing so specifically, chapter 26, verses 2 to 14, with the emphasis on 14. And that's where I actually take my main idea today of this share, which I'm entitling "On the Outskirts of Eternity." And the reason why this spoke to me is God saying, ultimately, get wisdom and understanding. He said this in many places, but He really touches on this idea of wisdom and understanding in chapters 22, verse 1, where He says, hey, getting wisdom and understanding really only profits you. It is very profitable to mankind. So then I say, okay, well, God, how do I get this? How do I find this? Where do I look? How do I attain it? Where can it be found? As chapter 28, verses 12 to 13 and 20 question. Well, of course, God doesn't just leave us hanging. In verse 23 of chapter 28, God says, I am wisdom. I am the only one that understands because I'm outside of everything. I am outside of eternity. So I can see every end, all sides of everything. That is the ultimate knowledge. So God is really referring me back to saying, hey, I am so great. I am too big for you to understand. So what I had to do is I had to give you a small whisper of me. I stepped into your realm, i.e. my son. So look to him because he is the reflection of me that you are able to see. And in me lies all wisdom and understanding. So I say, okay, this is the relationship. He first initiated it, and he never abandons his post. He never stops sending these, hey, I'm just thinking about you, reminders of his love. Most public displays of affection. And so I say, well, Lord, admitting that I cannot attain this. And it's like he stops me in verse 28 of chapter 28. And he says again, it's so simple. Fear me, not afraidness, but when you look to me and you recognize and acknowledge the infinite greatness of God and how everything that I get to experience, we get to experience of this creation is merely just a small whisper of him. It's the outskirts, the outer reaches, and I don't want to say where it's like he's just barely reaching us, but this is the outer ring, the outer realm of his true greatness. Knowing that, living in that, for me, provides a profound reverence. The fear of the Lord. So, living in that space automatically brings understanding, because turning away from evil is understanding. And in order to have God in the forefront, living in the space where there is a reverence and awe of him, that means I am facing his direction. Thus, and I'm not really too great in math, But if I'm facing the Lord, then that means I am also equally turned away from evil. Wisdom and understanding. Caption this. Gratitude is understanding that here on the outskirts of eternity, wisdom can become most profitable to those that can relate. Sir.